Hey, what's up you guys, it's Sophie, and today I'm going to be talking about my first experiences at NYU during my first semester and all about sort of college in general. I've had so many requests lately to make videos on college because I guess I just finished my first semester. My room tour is my most popular video, my dorm room tour, and in combination of all those things, I've been getting so many comments asking me to do questions about college. So I thought I would finally do them. I kind of pushed it off because I wanted to wait until I got my final grades back, which I got a couple of weeks ago, and then I was like sick and stuff. So it took me sort of a while to make this video, even though I've been home from college for a while. But I am finally getting around to doing it. I didn't plan this out too much because I didn't want it to feel like scripted or anything. I just want to be honest with you guys all about college, so it might be a little bit rambly, it might be a little bit long, but I wanted to kind of address all of the different questions that you guys asked me, both about NYU and about college in general. Just to start out with like some NYU stuff, I know I have a lot of international viewers, so if you don't know, NYU stands for New York University. It is located in New York City, and that is where I attend university. I just finished up my first semester as a freshman, and I'm technically now a sophomore because I am graduating early because I have a lot of advanced placement credits, which AP credits, you'll know if you live in the US. I had a lot of them from high school, and they transferred over to NYU because I got mostly 4s and 5s on the test, 3 out of 5 if you don't know. So those transfer over to college, so I am actually graduating in the fall of my senior year instead of the spring, so technically now I'm a sophomore, even though I'm still like a freshman if you're going by like age and year and stuff. Just technically like by credit and by classes and stuff, I'm a sophomore. I am in the Steinhardt School, which is like mostly education majors, but I'm not an education major. My major is media, culture, and communications, which is a lot of studying like types of media, how people communicate around the world, like different forms of like digital medias and social medias and traditional media like journalism and broadcast journalism, and it kind of pans into a lot of different careers like PR and different communication stuff and social media stuff, and kind of is a very broad major, which I really like because I didn't want to like pigeonhole myself into something too specific and then not like it. So I feel like this covers a lot of different careers, so you can kind of easily try a lot of different internships, and I really like my major. If you're thinking about going into any form of media or anything like that, I highly recommend it. I've really been loving it so far. So that is a little bit about my major. You guys were asking me a lot about my grades, so this is sort of the first thing I wanted to address if we're kind of like ordering things, is grades. And I have been getting a lot of people who are sort of either going into their first year of college, they're applying for colleges right now, they're asking me comments like, you know, is it true that your grades are going to drop the first semester? You know, is your GPA going to drop a lot? Because everybody, I feel like the kind of norm that people say is like, it's really normal for your GPA to drop your first semester at college because people are having a hard time transitioning into college. The classes are a lot harder than high school, everything like that. So the kind of standard is that your grades are going to drop. And I have to say, I kind of disagree. It kind of depends on your major, honestly, and also your workload that you had in high school. In high school, I took mostly AP credits, which for anyone outside the US, advanced placement credits is basically like taking a college course but in high school, and if you do well on the test at the end of the year, then you can apply those credits to college and you don't actually have to take that class in college. So I had a huge workload all throughout high school. I took about 10 or 11 AP credits, I believe, throughout high school, which was kind of slightly standard in my high school. AP credits were really big in my high school. We offered a lot of them, a lot of people took them, so that was kind of standard. I took maybe a few, like a little bit more than normal, but I wanted them to transfer over to college. So that's with AP credits. I already was used to a workload. So if you are taking AP classes in high school, they are easier than in college, but honestly the workload, depending on, you know, your teacher in high school and how lenient they are, could be sort of similar. So if you're taking a lot of AP credits in high school, the transition isn't too bad, I think. Like personally, my experience sort of depends on the classes, obviously, like science ones are going to be a lot harder in college and things like that, but definitely it's manageable. And the other thing about grades is, honestly, like if you work hard, I don't think your GPA has to go down the first semester. I mean, NYU, we're kind of, you know, very academic and stuff if you know anything about NYU. So I'm studying a ton there. We have this gorgeous library that I love to go to that overlooks the park, and you can see the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building from it, and I just go to like the highest floor and sit overlooking the view, and I just study for like 10 hours and get all my work done. And honestly, if you like your major, you're probably gonna do well, because I I don't enjoy all of the homework that I get. Obviously, I have some classes that I don't love and teachers that I don't love, but a lot of it I really do enjoy because I like my major. So if you pick a major that you actually enjoy, then you should be doing well in it because you should enjoy studying for it. So that's sort of a recommendation if you're thinking like, I'm gonna fail college. Try to figure out what you want to do, pick a major that's geared towards that, and you should do well your first semester. I know a lot of you guys are asking for my grades. I feel a little bit weird like telling you guys. I don't want to sound like I'm like, I don't know, bragging I guess, because I did well, but like, I don't know, you guys were asking me, so just being honest here, I have a 3.925 GPA, which is out of 4. I don't know how it works in other countries, but your GPA is out of 4. I take 4 classes a semester, and last semester I got 3 A's and 1 A minus. A is the highest you can get, which is something that annoys me because you can get A pluses in high school and you can't get A pluses in college, which is sad. A is the highest. So yeah, I got 3 A's and 1 A minus. A lot of you guys were asking. I don't want to like, sorry if that's weird for some of you, but you guys were asking. So that was my GPA. It does not have to, like, that's proof right there. It doesn't have to go down the first semester. You can do well your first semester in college. I kind of want to like clear that up for some of you guys. Some of you guys, I know I have people that were asking me in the comments that are going to NYU next year, like, I'm really nervous about the grades, and they don't have to drop. Obviously, I'm not in the world's hardest major. There are engineering majors, there are, you know, business majors in Stern and science majors, and those require different kinds of work. But if you're geared towards science, then you should be fine. I'm not geared towards science. I'm studying media, so my workload is different, but if you like what you're studying, you should enjoy it, and yes, those classes are very hard, but it doesn't mean you have to not do well in them. So the second thing I wanted to address is sort of parties at college and specifically at NYU. In terms of like the social life at NYU, I've been getting questions about. So I am not a particularly like social person. I feel like that sounds bad. Clearly, I make YouTube videos. I spend my life on the internet. You guys can take from that I'm not that social of a person. I just have a couple of friends and mostly I spend all day texting my boyfriend. That's kind of it. You can have a social life at NYU if you want one. I feel like it's kind of maybe a stereotype that because you're in New York City, we don't really have much of a campus compared to the typical college experience, that you are not going to make friends. And honestly, that's not really true. It definitely is harder to make friends. I'm not going to lie about that. We don't have a traditional campus. I do think that Washington Square Park, which is where all of our classes are located, is like our campus. You walk around there, you see all NYU students. It feels like a campus. Obviously, it's integrated into New York City. It's not a closed campus. There are just regular New York City people walking through all the time. My dorm is located 10 blocks away. Like, it's not a traditional campus. But most people who go to NYU obviously chose it knowing that, and I personally, I enjoy the fact that it's not a campus. I love living in New York City. If you are applying or choosing NYU, you should probably love living in New York City also. Make sure you're ready for that. And it's not a traditional campus. It's not that easy to make friends like it would be at a normal college. I made a few of my best friends that I have at college on one of the first days. We have like an orientation week. Some of my best friends at college are in my major. And honestly, at NYU, I feel like it's usually like that. It just kind of organically, you see those people in your classes, you see them at orientation, and you're probably going to have a lot of friends in your major, which isn't a bad thing because you do homework together and stuff. It's really great. But just, I feel like that's how I made a lot of the friends. Like, the people that I know, I feel like are mostly people in my major. The other way to make friends is through clubs. You sort of have to put yourself out there for this one. It's not just gonna happen. You know, we have a huge club fair at the beginning of the year and you have to join clubs. The 2 clubs that I'm in are the Digital Arts Club, which is really, really great. It's all like learning how to use Photoshop and stuff. And I made one friend in that, Madison. She does YouTube videos also, and we kind of bonded over that, and it's been really, really great. And then the other club that I'm in is the newspaper, the Washington Square News. And that is another way to meet people who have similar interests as you. Honestly, I never go to parties. Like, the one time I went out this like whole semester was for Halloween, and I'm just not a party person. I never went to parties in high school. I don't like parties. Like, they make me nervous and anxious, and I don't like being around so many people in crowds. I get like hot very easily. I don't like parties. If you want parties, we have them. Like, I think people think that at NYU there's just like no party life. We do have frats and sororities that throw parties. I know you can go to them if you want. Not gonna lie, most people I know have a fake ID. They go to like bars and stuff with their friends and they go out, and honestly, you kind of need a fake ID. I don't have one, but in New York City there's not much to, you can't get into much without one. I mean, I'm not a huge party person, and if you're not, you don't need to be at this college. It's not like forced upon you. You can just not go out, and that's totally fine, and there's plenty of other people that aren't going out also. So that's sort of the party social life scene at NYU, and I mean at other colleges, if you guys just have questions about normal colleges, my friends, I have some friends that are in sororities and absolutely love it. They go to parties a lot, or like a normal amount for college, and I have some friends that go to, you know, social gatherings other ways. One of my friends goes to Hillel, which is like the Jewish center. She made a lot of friends that way. So one of my friends is in a sorority, she made friends that way. One of my friends joined the crew team, she made friends that way. So I promise you there are ways at college to make friends. People are concerned about that in my comments. You can make friends, and also, I mean, I'm not someone that needs a ton of friends. I don't have a ton of friends, I just have a few close ones. But if you want to make a lot of friends, you will be able to. You just have to kind of work a little bit harder than you did in high school and middle school and stuff. Now just really quickly, some specific myths about NYU that I've been getting in my comments. No, you will not see celebrities on like every block. I don't know why I'm getting so many comments about this. I'm also getting tweets about this. Like, I know I tweet sometimes about when I see celebrities, but like, I feel like people think that you just, because we go to school with them, you just like befriend them and automatically you're best friends with celebrities. That is not what happens. I get a lot of comments asking me about Dylan and Cole Sprouse. They are seniors at NYU. Yes, they go there. I have seen them. Dylan sat in front of me at a movie theater once, but you're not really supposed to go up to them. It's kind of like an unspoken rule. Some people go up to them. Like, I would never go up to them if they were walking. Maybe if they were like sitting in the park, I would go up to them. But if they're with friends, you just don't. You just leave them alone. Like, don't act weird. Just be cool about it. Like, yeah. I don't see a ton of other famous people. I mean, I see some around the city, but it's not like, you know, New York City's a big place. You're not that likely to run into famous people. James Franco I've seen a few times. He's around. But honestly, you don't befriend them. You don't become best friends just because you both go to NYU. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but that's sort of the situation with that. No celebrity best friends to report at the moment. Although I did find out that a YouTuber goes to NYU who's a freshman, who actually lives in the same dorm as my friend, who seems really cool and I would like to be friends with, but I'm not gonna stalk him because that's weird. So yeah, but so that is the celebrity situation. Now I have only gotten one question about this, but I thought I would just address it really quickly because the person was like a little bit nervous about it, and that was the safety of living in New York City. Obviously this is very specific to NYU and not college in general, but people are asking me in general about living in New York City. I know a lot of you guys are from all over the world, and people want to know what it's like to live in New York City, so I'll talk about that for a minute. Safety-wise, I have literally never felt unsafe in the city. I mean, I've been going there my entire life. I only am about a 40-minute train ride away in my actual home, which is where I am now. Obviously I'm home for winter break, and I have never in my entire life felt unsafe in New York City. There are of course places in the city that are less safe than others, but honestly I have never felt unsafe anywhere. Specifically to NYU, we are in a really nice area of the city. We're in Greenwich Village, and my apartment is located right off Union Square, which is a little bit higher up than that, still kind of like right out of the village. And the village is a really, really nice area. We have a lot of campus security, and you don't really see them around a lot except for in buildings, but you need your card to swipe into any building. No random people can just come into our buildings. Our dorm rooms also are very secure. So specifically to NYU, I've never felt unsafe there. We have a lot of numbers that we can call, like if you're studying late at night and you feel unsafe going home, there's like a car service that'll come pick you up, and for free obviously. And I've literally never felt unsafe, so if you're worried about that, don't be worried. The other thing, just living in New York City in general, I absolutely love it. Every weekend I try to do something, you know, different, go somewhere in the city. I've seen a bunch of shows with my friend. Friends. I've seen a bunch of shows with my friends, and we always get either a student discount or the dorm takes you for free to see shows. I've seen like Wicked, Phantom of the Opera. My boyfriend took me to see Lion King. I grew up my whole life seeing Broadway shows. They're absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. I just saw The Book of Mormon, which was so good. Go see it. I've gone to Brooklyn a few times for different things that have been going on there. Shopping in Soho is a really good one. Go up Fifth Avenue, that's where like, well, there's the big Bloomingdale's and Serendipity, and then like Saks, the Tree is up there right now, Rockefeller Center. Bryant Park is a favorite. They have the ice skating rink up in the winter and all of their like holiday shops. Also Union Square, which is where I live, had a whole bunch of holiday shops. That was really cool. There's just like so much to do in the city. I absolutely love living there. It's not scary. I love it. these are the questions I'm getting. Like, do you love it and is it scary? I do love it. It is not scary, and I think living in New York City is the best thing. It has its downsides, like living anywhere else. I mean, it smells weird. You're always gonna get water falling on you. Just mysterious water from nowhere. Subways are hot and gross. You know, like, there's things that are bad about it, but I mean, that's with any city, has its pros and cons. So that was all of the things that I sort of thought to talk about. If you guys want me to make another sort of college video that's more like specific, geared towards something, do let me know. If you want to see what my dorm looks like, you can go check out my dorm room tour. It's just the first one under my popular videos. I'll list it in the description. And that was pretty much it. I do hope that answered some of your questions. I hope I covered everything. I know some people were asking me specifically about NYU, some people were asking me about college in general, life in New York City. I hope I sort of covered everything that you guys wanted to know. This video is probably going to be super long, sorry about that, but I just wanted to make sure I kind of reassured you guys, I guess. Like, college is so much better than high school. Like, you should be looking forward to it. You get to sleep in more. Like, my classes alternate every other day, 9 a.m., 11 a.m. Like, you don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. anymore like for high school. You have lots of time. Just take advantage of all the opportunities that you're going to be having, because college is great and it's so much better than high school. Like, you should be looking forward to it. No matter where you end up, I don't know anybody that misses high school, so you will be happy somewhere, wherever you choose. And if you're waiting to hear back from colleges right now, good luck. This is the worst time. I know this period between when you send apps and like April is kind of the worst for people who didn't get an ED. So hang in there. I know it's a really bad time. I was there a year ago. You'll make it through. You're gonna get into college. And I hope this reassured you guys. If you have any more questions, of course leave them in the comments. I always answer all of my comments, so I will of course be going through those. And let me know if you would like another college video, what you want me to talk about. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I feel really comfortable talking about, like, if you have any questions on the college process, some people were asking me to do a video on that, like applications and stuff. I can do a video on that. It's something I know a lot about, something I went through recently, so I can talk about it if you guys have any questions. So do let me know all that stuff in the comments below. And I hope you guys liked this sort of chatty, obviously it's not like a normal video that I usually do, but I wanted to answer your questions, so I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you want to see more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!